Hello, everyone. Let me move this in closer. Closer than close. Hey, guys. Hello. This is Lisa, and this channel is Heart of Inspiration. And here at this channel, we help you lead a whole and healed, peaceful, and prosperous life. And help you to live life in spirit. It is Friday night. And Friday nights are now Empath Protection Program nights. The Empath Protection Program is in effect tonight. How's everybody doing? Folks are walking in. Folks are coming around. Empath Protection Program night. Thank you very much. Okay, so I want to say greetings to the chat. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you watching the replay, okay, thank you as well. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate that as well. We are going to get into some things tonight, as my good friend Armand says. I really appreciate it. So listen. This Empath Protection Program, right? Why are we doing it if this is the first one of these that you're watching? Giving birth. Are you pregnant, honey? Did I not know that? Hey, lovely Libra, and Enduring Hope, and Shining Light, and Oasis of Healing, and Sarah Love, and thank you, Kitty, for stopping by. I appreciate that. I didn't know you were pregnant, honey. I'm good, everybody. I'm glad that it's Friday. I am glad that it is the last day of January. I am glad that we are about to start February. Oh, giving birth to your endeavors. Okay, girl. So for those of you not watching the live chat as it's scrolling by, Oasis of Healing said she's giving birth soon, and I thought, oh my goodness, is she pregnant? And I missed it. And she said she's giving birth to her endeavors, and congratulations. You got to be a little bit more specific, because sometimes I don't remember all the readings I ever give people. In fact, I don't remember all the readings I give people because it's not coming from me, my mind. So because of that, then when things like this are said, I go, what? Anyway, why the Empath Protection Program? Let me get back to that. So a few weeks back on the channel here, we were talking about empaths and narcissists, and we were talking about empaths primarily because I prefer to focus on the empath. And, you know, empaths, especially intuitive empaths, or highly intuitive empaths, they sometimes, you know, a lot of this energy can kind of come in, right? Or you get into a crowded room and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, there's so much energy happening. And there's so much, right? Just so much information and people's feelings and all kinds of stuff, all their mess. So I said, well, you know, there is a way. We don't have to do this. Like, that's not a requirement that you literally have to live like that. And that's how this Empath Protection Program was born. So I'm hoping that you're down with OPP. Down with OPP and the EPP, not OPP, the EPP. And this is a playlist. If it's not a playlist, it will be by the time I get done with this live broadcast. And we'll put it in a series. We'll just go in the series. So the beauty about this is we're going to talk a little bit about the healing process, how you can heal. A lot of people, you know, you'll run into people, readers, energy healers, and all of that. And they'll say, you know, they'll want you to come and do all these sessions and stuff. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because if you're having a lot of issues, if you're having a lot of if it's challenging for you to clear the energy and for you to heal your chakra and strengthen your aura, then coming to someone like myself or another energy healer is definitely very, very valuable. So I'm not saying that that's not valuable, but I really want to empower people to be able to, if not just start, and not at least start, then finish or do this work yourself, right? That's really what I want to do, is empower you and give you the tools to begin this work yourself. All right. Hey, Kaza. So we've got a 14-year-old that's struggling with this right now. It's affecting him academically and personally. Wow. Okay. Well, lovely Libra, we'll talk about the teenagers. There's a lot there to unpack. There's a lot. There's a lot. So we'll try to get into that. So I'm going to go for a little bit, talk a little bit, give you some good information. And then we're going to open up the phone lines, and the call-in number is up here in the corner. So at the time of that this is live, there is a call-in number, 608-665-1785. I will let you guys know when to call in, though. Not right now. Just give me a minute. Let's review a few things first before we do that. Now, your sacral chakra, right? We did the root chakra last week, and the week before then we talked about empaths and narcissists a little bit. Now, your sacral chakra, though, is between the base of your spine and your navel, your belly button, right? Just above or in the general vicinity of your reproductive organs, be you internal organs. Let me make that clear. Internal organs, be you male or female. Doesn't matter. The sacral chakra is the seat of creation. The sacral chakra is therefore also the seat of creativity. The sacral chakra, yes, it is the seat of sexuality. It is also the space for the chakra for self-esteem, probably more so than even your solar plexus chakra. And it's right there almost, it's probably even more, a little bit more than the root chakra. And the reason for that, if you think about it now, there's all women in this room, and I'm sure that there'll be some men that may watch this later. But for men or women, but more so probably for women who have infertility issues, or women who have had to have surgery, right, and things like that. What is one of the first things? Thank you, love. What is one of the very first things that they say? And if you've ever talked to a woman who's having infertility issues, has lost children, has had to have surgery, they'll say they feel less than a woman. They feel like less than a woman. There's something even about going through the change. Hey, CJD. There's something about going through the change also. I'm a woman of a certain age. So, that's on the docket, I'm sure, very soon. And some women that I know that have gone through the change before me have said they felt like they lost a huge part of themselves because now they could no longer bear children. They could no longer reproduce. And others are just like, it's the best thing ever because now I can no longer reproduce. But that's a whole other subject. And men who can't father children, like that's a big thing, right? So that's why, and that's just a physical manifestation of an example of why this is kind of the seat of self-esteem, self-knowledge, self-love. And I know because of its location, I'm going to get the chuckle, so y'all can go on and chuckle. But it is the space for self, where self-love is an issue, right? If you don't love yourself, I can usually tell you that there has been some sacral chakra energy. The color of the chakra is orange. Okay, the root chakra is red. The color for the sacral chakra is orange. This can also be injury to the sacral chakra can also be shown by not being able to relax, choosing the wrong person, not able to really control your emotions as far as interpersonal relationships, not having a passion about life, things of that nature. So you know how we did this the last time for the root chakra? I know this is like kind of boring and just like da 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 wah wah wah, but I need to do this so that you guys get a basis and perhaps maybe can identify, and maybe not. Maybe there's no injury to your sacral chakra. Great. However, I want you to pay attention to some of these things. So in the physical body, right? Issues with your reproductive organs, issues with your immune system if you get sick a lot. These are all physical manifestations of sacral chakra either not being in alignment, being blocked, being injured. Your large intestines, right, your colon, the lymph system, the lymph nodes, that has a lot to do with reproduction. Think about it, right? Your lymph nodes, right? Your skeletal system as well, bones, prostate gland, bladder, excretory systems, number 1 and number 2, and your lower extremities. So if you're having any issues there, potentially adrenal issues as well. Also skin. So how you project yourself to the outer world as well. So it's 2 things. It's like main things: reproduction, creativity, self-esteem, and then how we kind of see ourselves or show ourselves to the world. So if there's skin issues, this could be also a manifestation in the physical realm for issues with the sacral chakra. Yeah, you see, guys, I have notes, I have things going on for y'all. This is not just a shabby little, thing, 2-bit show. Just kidding. Thanks, guys. If the psychological signs of blocked chakras, okay, so psychologically, emotionally cold, if you're not able to really connect with someone on an emotional level, difficulty changing, if you get stuck in a rut and you find it difficult to change your habits or change the way you operate, how else would there be a difficulty changing? Like a difficulty evolving. You get kind of stuck in an area and you're not able to really mature in that area. Difficulty experiencing joy or holding back. That could also be expression, yes. Or on the flip side, you're hyper emotional. Like I would probably say you're a little emo. Okay? You're a little emo. If you're overly sexual. Now, I believe a healthy sex life is fantastic. We're all adults here. Okay? We're all adults. I believe a healthy sex life is wonderful. I'm not one to like shame people or whatever. Whatever you do, as long as you're safe, is what you do. With another human being, consensual. However, if you lead with sex and your sexuality, and I can be super honest with you right now and say that back in the day, before I really got this sacral chakra healing done and did that work, I led with sex. And I didn't even realize that that's what I was doing until I stopped doing it. I'm going to give you a perfect example. And I could be honest, right? We're all adults. We're all friends here. So, I would meet a man. We'd hit it off. I might wear something. I'm pretty blessed up here. So I might wear something that's going to display them. The girls would be out to play. Okay? First date. Girls are going to be out to play. Definitely the second date. I have nice legs. So I would wear high slit skirts or dresses. Low, high. And figure out something for this waist, child. But I'd figure it out, okay? I have been told by male friends that I naturally seduce. And I don't even think about it. Because I honed that skill so immensely, so greatly, especially in my early adult years when I was off in college, gone buck wild. Let me tell you something. I would have you seduced before you even realized you even thought about it. Okay? And it was just natural. So if we, third, fourth date, don't judge me. I don't want nobody in my comment section saying nothing. Because I know, let me shut up. Anyway, no judgment, okay? I'm being honest here. So, by the third or fourth date, I got to try it out. Now, in my brain, I would say, well, I got to know what I'm working with to see if we're going to still date. That's how I rationalized it. That's how I justified it. And one of my favorite sayings would be, if a man cheats, it's never going to be because of lack of good sex in the bedroom. Literally, that's what I said. Literally, that's what I said. Hey, Shantae, you came in just at the right time. And I meant that. Yes, I did. I didn't recognize, though, that I was being overly sexual. I didn't recognize that I was leading with sex, and I would base I based my value on sexual abilities. So, overly sexual, okay? Overly focused on physical pleasure. Well, that kind of puts it in the same boat, doesn't it? Or you have a lot of guilt over everything. Okay? Those are psychological blocks. And now we're going to go to the emotional blocks. Do I have any spiritual blocks? No. Okay, emotionally. These are all ways. Totally awesome. Just so you know, I am a Cancer Sun, Aries Moon, Capricorn rising. And my Venus is in Leo. Yes. Mars in Cancer, the seventh house. I have a super stellium in my 7th house. Anyway, moving right along. Sacral. If you're unbalanced, if your sacral chakra is unbalanced, unsure of ourselves in relationships. So, if you're always like, I don't know how they feel about me, or I wonder this, or I wonder that. We never have any stability there. Vulnerability and fear in expressing truths. If you can't speak your truth, that's a sacral chakra issue. Feeling betrayed. Addicted. Frustrated. Regretful. Keza, are you still here? Anxious and guilty. I need a couple of you guys to, if you wouldn't mind, volunteer to be moderators. I don't know where my mods are. We're going to have a moderator meeting. Anyway, those are emotional signs of an unbalanced chakra. Unbalanced sacral chakra. Oh, there you are. Okay, I do have. I was going to ask if you wanted to. Oh, but you can't. Never mind, Keza, honey. Thank you, you and your feelings. I was just looking for a moderator. I'm gonna, Keza, never mind. I just remembered there's things. I'm gonna, Oasis, I'll put you on tonight, and CJD, I'll put you on tonight, okay? And if you want me to take you off later, I certainly will be more than happy to. I really appreciate the little extra help tonight, just in case. All right. All right, here we go. All those things we just talked about are blocks to your sacral chakra. Okay, hey Shemayam. The issue then becomes, how do we then heal it? So we're going to talk about how we heal it as well, and the importance of healing it. We can see the importance of healing it though, right? If you're not feeling stable in your relationships, this does not even have to be romantic. This can be friendship, family, anything, work. Like, if you don't feel stable and you're unsure at all times about your interpersonal relationships, that's a tough way to go through life. Right? If you are afraid to speak your truth because you're afraid of okay. Because you're afraid of how people are going to perceive you, because you're afraid of how whether or not your truth is going to be heard, respected, because we're unsure about this interpersonal relationship, that means that you then suppress your own desires, your own needs, your own happiness, and sacrifice it for others. You are literally being the epitome of a martyr. When these lower three chakras, your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus chakra, are not healed, are not in alignment, are not strong, are not providing you a full base, what you are doing is you are being a martyr. And in being a martyr, you're not doing anybody any favors. And guess what? And this is, I'm saying this to me, so I had to say it to myself, trust and believe this. You are not going to get any badges or win any awards for being the best martyr of 2020, 2019. There's no award. There ain't no Oscars. There ain't no Grammys for being the best martyr. And then what happens is you develop all this resentment towards other people, like, well, why don't they listen to me? And why don't they this? And they hurt me, and they this me, and they dissed me, and they that me, and they... Baby, do you understand the position you put yourself in? And this might be bitter medicine to take, but I got to give it to you straight up. No chaser. Okay? Straight up, no chaser. You have to realize the position you have put yourself in so you can get yourself out. If we don't recognize what we're doing to self-sabotage, we can never stop the behavior. So right now, I want you to understand that what you've been doing is doing yourself a disservice by putting everybody else's feelings, emotions, thoughts, whatever, before yours. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to live your truth. You deserve to feel secure and safe. You deserve to not be regretful, to not be anxious. You deserve to not feel anxiety, to not feel guilty about even talking about your own feelings. What a novel freaking idea. I get to actually be like happy in my own skin and tell you, you know what? I think that's pretty effed up. I think it's pretty effed up. You deserve to be able to do that. You deserve to be able to know that your creativity no longer needs to be blocked. And I'm going to show you how all of that is intertwined. Because if you're not feeding your own needs and caring for your own needs, if you do not value yourself, you cannot create a new life. You can't create the life that you truly want because A, you're not identifying what that life really is. B, you don't think you deserve it. So C, you can't carry it to term. It takes divine feminine and divine masculine energy to create anything. And trust and believe this, if you are not okay with your emotions, your feelings, all that kind of stuff, your divine feminine is effed. I'm going to start having to beat myself. Your divine, let me find my buzzer, because now I'm just talking. Your divine feminine is, okay? If you don't have enough wherewithal to be assertive, right? To state men don't think nothing about. Men don't think about speaking their mind. They're going to tell you exactly how they feel, why they feel it. If they talk about their feelings anyway, they're going to tell you where to go and how to get there. So if you can't even speak up for yourself and stand in your own power and defend yourself, your divine masculine is now. Let's just keep it real and keep it 100. So you can't put anything together to even create something. And let me tell y'all something else while I'm on the subject, okay? That which you do create, when you do manage to create something, is not going to be satisfying. It's not going to be lasting. And I guarantee you will self-sabotage it because I've done the same damn thing. Until recently, when I really got to the real kind of true healing of that sacral chakra, I was creating and birthing somebody else's life that they wanted me to live. AKA my father, AKA my mother, AKA the world, AKA whomever. I was birthing somebody else's darn dreams. I wasn't even birthing my own because I didn't even know what I wanted. Why? Because I got to please everybody else. And because I didn't value who I was and didn't love who I was, the only thing I thought somebody could love was what I could give them as far as pleasure in the bedroom. I could cook my butt off and I still can, hunty. Don't listen to what my kids might tell you, okay? I still got it. What went on between the sheets, on top of the sheets, around the corner, down the street, and what went on in that kitchen, that's how I was going to get you. And that's how I was going to keep you. Because that's the only areas I valued myself in. So let's just keep it a buck, okay? Keep it a buck. And I'm telling you from my own experience. Now, this might not be y'all's experience, and that's cool, man. Then this is just for me. I'm all right. But I'm here to tell you, if you really look at yourself deep down, and this is the work that they call shadow work, this is this dark night of the soul, these are the things you don't really want to face, but I gotta shine some light on it. I gotta help you, because otherwise you're not going to strengthen yourself to the point that you are able to stand on your own too, in your power and your truth and your might, and create what you deserve. You will never love yourself, honey, until you can look at yourself and say, this is what I've done. Now, where do some of these sacral chakra injuries come from? A lot of times it comes from, there's a lot that happens in childhood. Maybe mother wasn't around. Maybe father wasn't around. Maybe they were around, but they were not emotionally available. Maybe they were around, but it was an abusive situation, emotionally, what have you. Maybe there was a mother, a father, or some person in that area that was addicted to something. They could have been even addicted to work, honey. I mean, come on now, let's talk about it. So it could have been that. If you have been, abused or, if you've been abused or, in an intimate way. I'm trying not to get this demonetized. It's going to get demonetized though, ain't it, y'all? It probably will get demonetized. If you, have been abused in an intimate way. Hey, Afro Nightly. That can definitely give you this energy. If you've been abused in an intimate way as an adult, as a teenager, at any point, it doesn't even have to have happened as a child. At any point, that is severe sacral chakra injury. Severe. Okay? That's heavy. So there's a myriad of ways this can happen, but typically, right, the biggies, when I'm doing energy work with people, I usually find them in those pockets. If you've been adopted, that can be that as well. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Any of those things. And if you've had multiple of those things happen to you, I'm not blaming you. None of this is to blame you. All of this is to shine light on this is the situation, beloved. So now we got to come out of it. This is the situation. I'm showing you where the injury is. So I know this is going to be a little painful, but I'm going to at least give you a little bit of anesthetic, but we're going to have to sew this up. We're going to have to get rid of the infection, and then we're going to have to sew this wound up, and then we got to pray on it. We got to put some healing light energy there and let it strengthen, okay? We're going to let it strengthen. We're going to let it heal up. This is how we find these. This is how we locate them. Now, if you all remember, if you were with me last week, or if you've been with me ever, what do I always say about how we heal these energetic wounds? We have to forgive the other person once we identify what they are. So the first step, and I'll probably, repost that other video I've done before, healing your chakras. We get into a meditative state. We then begin to identify what that feeling is, right? So when you're in meditation and you're healing any chakra, okay, you're healing anything, It's really, the first step is really understanding that you can allow yourself to have the memory and the emotion, that energy comes up, and you have to be brave enough to sit in it. Just sit there for a moment, because we have to understand that the energy or the emotions is energy in motion. What we're feeling at that time happened in the past. So our body and our mind, our ego, our soul, and our body said, I can't allow this to happen again. So I'm going to put up this defense mechanism. Only the compensation for it really only keeps attracting it. Because people that wish to victimize you in this way, and they might even not even realize they're victimizing you. Okay, let's just put that out there. But you're going to attract that which you are putting out. My good friend Shonda Rhimes, I think she's calling the channel Shonda Rhimes Astrological Conversations. She said something last night. It was really interesting. I think it was last night. That the energy she projects out gets reflected back onto her. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's the best. That's one of the most brilliant ways I've ever heard of energy and how it can work in some ways operating, because I reflect out a certain energy. I'm putting out energy to draw in people, not only into this chat, but later on to watch this video, that are going to benefit from it. How are they going to benefit from it? That these are people that want to hear this, that are ready to hear this. Gemini. That want to hear it. Clearly my cats do. That are ready to hear it. Right? And that are ready to receive it. So I put this healing energy out. And so that what's reflecting back to me is I'm drawing in the people that are ready for this. And at some point, and somebody will find the video when they need it. But also, though, when you're hurt, you're actually putting out this beacon that says, I'm hurt in this way. So people, perfect, let's go right on back to Lisa and her, leading with my buzzer. Leading with, okay? So even if I met this really cool guy. This is, a year to almost a year and a half, about a year and a half ago. I had just kind of got back. It's been almost 2 years now. I had just got back into the dating world after I got divorced. Okay. And so I met this really cool guy. I mean, he was cool. He was everything that I wanted. He was over 6 feet tall. He had been in the military. So he still had that, he was still, he was nice looking. And he could cook, and gentle and sweet, very patient. He loved all kinds of music, loved to dance, loved to do all these things. Like, he was great. Owned his own home, had grown children. Or any children. I don't think he had any children. Yeah, nope. He had grown children. So I didn't have that to worry about. I wasn't gonna be a stepmama. He was awesome and great to look at, and just like, it was like, oh. Yeah, he one of the people that you could just go, oh. Hey, Ashley. Okay. Now, right? I don't know if you can see both cats. Anyway, so we started dating. We had a lot of very good conversation over the phone. It was I met him online. Yes, I did do online dating. And I would do it again. But anyway, we texted a lot first. Then we called each other. Then video chatted. Clean. And then we went out, had a meal. And then I was selling insurance at the time. So I was out there doing something. I think I was signing up a whole bunch of people for insurances. And anyway, long story less long, it was right in the same town that he lived in or next door to it. He said, well, why don't you come over? I'll make you a meal. Now, we've been talking long enough that I felt safe enough to go to his house. Just saying. And it was wonderful. The man could cook. Okay. The man could cook. He made me some, honey, he made me spaghetti and meatballs and made some homemade marinara sauce. Child, let me tell you, baby. And he made some dessert too, child. Look, that man could cook. Okay. Anyway. So this is date number 2. However, remember, we've been talking for hours on the phone, hours. He was age appropriate, within a couple of years. I wasn't being a cougar. Everything was right. It was a great thing I had going. Let me tell you how Lisa self-sabotaged. The man makes me a candlelit dinner, He makes me, girl, some New York cheesecake that'll make you slap your mama. Okay. And it was good. Let me tell you what happened though. Let me tell you. They can get you with that scatties. They can get it. Me in my unhealed sacral chakra state came on too strong. Even though there was a great attraction between us, we were clearly attracted physically to each other. I came on too strong. After that night, now I didn't do, but I still came on too strong. Okay, let me just put that out there. I wasn't being right? Okay. I wasn't being free love. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't doing the walk of shame the next morning is basically what I'm trying to tell y'all. But I came on too strong, and that man and we texted after that. I never saw him again. Whatever. He faded to black. Like ghosted. And he was a wonderful man. I screwed it up in my pain. And he even said to me, you don't have to come on this strong to me. Like, I'm very attracted to you, but whoa. And when I heard him say, whoa, at first, in my mind, because I had always been leading with that, leading with my body, I felt rejected because you don't want my body. And then I'm hearing him say, that's not the point. I want all of you. I'm not trying to do this with you. But I was too injured after coming off of a relationship with my ex-husband had all these outside girlfriends. I was too injured then. Do you see what I'm saying? We could not fix it. Someone's asking in the chat, could we fix it? We couldn't. I don't know. He wasn't available. He didn't want to. I tried, but I guess it just put him off too much. That was not the woman he got to know, that he truly got to know. The intelligent, funny, caring, spiritual, that woman, that was the woman he wanted. He didn't want the woman that was like, here are the girls and here are my legs. And anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't trying for all of that. So I don't even know why I told this story. I think some of y'all need to hear that story. Okay, let's move on to how we're going to heal all this. Okay. I'm going to go through this briefly, and then we're going to open up these phone lines. So meditate. Think about the memory. That's where I was before I got way sidetracked. Think about the memory. Sit in those feelings. Understand that those feelings aren't going to hurt you anymore. See, I didn't understand in that moment. That's why I told that whole dang on story. I didn't understand in that moment. I did not need to do what I've typically done. And my defense mechanism was, you know, Lady Gaga got this song, Do What You Want With My Body. You can't have my heart. No, you can't have my mind, but do what you want with my body. You wasn't going to get my heart and my mind, but you were going to be able to get my body. You're right, CJD. I had to learn that. I had to learn it. That was a deep lesson for me to have to learn. And what that then caused me to do was it caused me to have to look and see, why do I lead with my body? Okay, let's start replaying all these incidents. Go into meditation, sit in the incident, sit in the thing, feel the emotion, understand that I'm no longer actually feeling that emotion right now. And understand it can't hurt me. So let's go to that either young lady, little girl, grown woman who's still acting like a dang on little girl. Right? Let's go there. Forgive the person that hurt you. Most importantly, forgive yourself for being in that position. Take that hurt and that pain and place it out into that column of light that you surround yourself with. And then, equally, if not more important, is you have to replace all of that with love and light. And then we're going to go into some mantras as well, guys. You guys have been with me for a while. Let me get to the good stuff, because I know y'all just like, would this woman get to this good stuff? Okay. The spiritual lesson and for healing your sacral chakra, honoring relationships, learning how to let go of control and unhealthy attachments, as well as issues and judgments, especially of yourself, and go with the flow and be more open and receptive. Now, there are certain herbs Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, CJ. Okay. There are certain herbs, and like we talked about the last time, you can use the essential oils to for these. That you can like diffuse. Some of them you can ingest. So the herbs that help: coriander, fennel, gardenia, licorice. I know. I'll type these up in a comment after we're done. Cinnamon, vanilla, sesame seeds, and caraway seeds. The foods you can ingest while you're going through this sacral chakra healing are orange colored, anything orange colored. And that's going to include eggs. I don't know what meat is orange colored. I don't think I want to eat it. Pretty sure it's going to have the coronavirus. Beans, tofu, soy products, peanut butter. Hey, yow. Should we mark this? You can go back. Yeah, I guess. I don't know what that would be at, but and I'm going to type it up, put it in a comment. Thank you. Fats, oils, fish, nuts, seeds, sweet fruits, and tropical fruits. Okay? Those are all foods and herbs that will help with your sacral chakra. And again, you can take, like, I know that you can Get cinnamon essential oil. Yam, sweet potatoes, very good. You know, you could put vanilla in anything, right? I feel like there's a coriander essential oil. I feel like there's that. That's not what I want. How you're going to know that your emotions are balanced? A balanced sacral chakra is going to be brave, passionate, energetic, outgoing, confident, considerate, creative, spontaneous, excited, kind, and happily connected to life. All right. I also have some affirmations. I think I might put those in a comment down below as well, though. Because there's a lot here, guys, and I've been talking a whole long time. Let me, and if we get to these affirmations, we will. Trust me. We will. Do you guys understand a little bit more? Hey, Tawanda, y'all understand a little bit more what we've been talking about? And I want to get into it a little bit. I said, oh God. Virgo's like, are you serious, girl? Okay. Ashley, it's late for you, girl. Early in the morning. Early one Sunday morning. All right. Okay, baby. Okay, so we're going to open up the phone lines now. So 608-665-1785, 608-665-1785 is the line to call in. The other thing I want to highlight for you guys is... Oops, not that one. Where is it at? Okay. I still have, while we're waiting for someone to call in, I still have the 30 for 30 special. I announced it this morning on my daily tarot reading. I only have a few slots left, guys. This was really kind of, I only put a few slots out there. I think it was 10, and I only have a few slots left. So if you want to get like an in-depth intuitive reading, it can be an astrological like transit reading, mediumship, or energy work. Some of this sacral healing, we can get started on some of it. Go to my website, heartofinspiration.net. And right there on the homepage, you'll just scroll down and see 30 for 30, and you can choose what you want, okay? There's also natal chart interpretations out there as well, that I do those as well for right about the same price. So don't delay, because once they're gone, once those slots are gone, I'm taking that down, and I won't be running that special again for a while. Oh, very good. I'm glad, Ashley. I'm glad. Very glad. 608-665-1785. You will not be able to hear the show when you call in. So, because I'm not that fancy yet. Baby steps. So, and really, I'm just trying to do one caller in at a time. So just so you know. Do you guys want some of these affirmations while we're deciding whether or not we're going to call in or not? So if you want some of these affirmations, I can go over some of them now. These are things that you can say on a regular basis as you're going through. Like, I'll do these affirmations sometimes during a meditation. And we might do a sacral. Maybe we'll do a root chakra and a sacral meditation again. I do have some on this channel. There's a playlist for guided meditations. Oh. Well, hello there. How are you?
I'm fine, Miss Lisa. This is Shantae. I told you I was going to call.
You did, Shantae. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you. So what's going on? Talk to me, girl.
Okay, let me give you my quick spiel. I don't want it to be drawn out, and I'm going to ask that the ancestors don't come overwhelm you tonight. Please don't do that. Okay, the sacral chakra, from everything that I came in on the conversation that I understood what you were saying, it was like an epiphany. So now I understand. My mom and my dad, they never had a really good relationship. My dad, was in and out, different women, pretty much bounced, emotionally unavailable. Uh, it was only my sister and I. They had two daughters, and he wanted boys. So he would, do stuff. Go when he went to the store to buy us things or whatever, he would get boy toys because he wanted boys. Uh,
Mm.
he's still living. My mom passed away, but he's still living. And I'm cordial to him when we go to family functions, things like that. I say it out loud, out of my mouth. I forgive him. I'm not mad at him. I'm not angry about anything that went on in the past. I've never really had a relationship with my father, and my kids don't, and my grandkids don't. So, but I did say that I forgave him. The touchy subject about the violation, I've been there and done that also. I've been overly, I'm gonna say, intimate.
Mm.
That's when my masculine energy comes out, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
kind of aggressive. And
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lot of not so good relationships, learned a lot of lessons from them, and um, I've been trying to work on healing myself. Been taking your advice, watching the videos, paying attention to things that are going on. However, it seems like I go through a period where I'm fine, everything is good, and then it seems like I go through a period to where everything is out of balance. Even though I try to meditate, I go sit outside, I do all these things or whatever to try and keep myself emotionally, spiritually, and mentally balanced. And it's just kind of like it's not working. So I'm not sure if it's like some subconscious stuff that's still lingering and hanging on, or I don't know.
Well, first of all, I want you to know that it is working. Okay,
Okay.
it is working. These things, especially when they go all the way back. Do you guys have an echo, by the way? I don't know if they do, but I think we're good. Um, when they go all the way back to childhood,
Mhm.
that's some deep seated roots. Okay. So those roots, if you think about a big tree, those roots are as tall, as down deep into the ground as the tree is tall. Okay.
Okay.
So a lot of times what happens is, and I'm just speaking from personal experience, is that you heal some of it and then you kind of take a break. And then you heal some more and then there's another break. And you heal some more until you finally are able to dig everything up. Because if we were to actually dig up everything at once, now if you were talking to
Okay.
a Scorpio would say, no, just transform it all. And I'd be like, oh my God, don't do that, right? Because that is literally, even as messed up as it may or may not have been, that is our foundation, right?
Right.
We have defined our entire being based on that, all these different facets of our womanhood, our humanity, whatnot. So if we were to just take all of it up and just be like, yep, nope, we're just going to toss this all away, you can't heal fast enough. You just can't. Okay?
I know.
Like, it's impossible. Um, it can be disconcerting though when it pops back up because, like, I really thought I had dealt with, and I think I had dealt with the majority of my daddy issues before I married my ex-husband.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, now here's more daddy issues because I married a man that looked like and acted like my dad, save for certain things, but his spirit was just so much like my father. I didn't realize I still had some residual and really like core daddy issues there. But had all that stuff been dug up all at once and I had just tried to snatch it all, there'd have been, I couldn't have handled it. First of all, I didn't even know enough to be able to handle it. Second of all, I just couldn't have handled it at all. So it is working. Just the fact that you can identify that things pop up means that it's working. Otherwise, you wouldn't have even known that things were popping up. And the fact that when they pop up, you can attribute it to this says, oh, okay. So when things pop up, what I want you to do is say, ooh, all right, why? Just kind of get quiet and ask yourself, why? Why did that bother me? And then just sit and wait for the answer. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because your higher self will be able to say, okay, your higher self in connection with God will be able to say, okay, this is why this bugged you. Oh, all right. And then go through the forgiveness process or whatever, clearing. Maybe it's not even necessarily forgiving anymore. Maybe it's just like, you know what? I don't need that defense mechanism anymore. So I'm just going to give that up. I'm good. And we're just going to let love and light in and let it be healed.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. I have one more question. I don't know if you have
Yeah.
time. Why?
Go ahead.
I want to know why I have the martyr complex. That is me. I have that. I have 4 daughters. They're all adults. 3 of them live with me with their children in my house.
What?
And I don't want my grandkids to be homeless, okay? Because the mamas are not stable. I know it's not everybody got their own path. I understand that.
I know.
However, I love the kids. I love my babies. And I don't want to see my grandchildren drugged from here to there and everywhere. However, what you said about the resentment part, about being the martyr, that does make sense. Because I can become so angry. And here lately, in the past couple of years, I'm the person that I'm shying away from conflict, which means I'm not expressing myself. I am a Scorpio moon, and we like to speak our mind and say things that other people don't really want to hear, and not in a good way either. So it just makes me angry, and then I become really resentful, and I'm like, I really need you guys to get your crap together because they're your children. They're not mine. All my kids are grown. I want to be free. I want to just go be wherever I want to be, whether it's living in a van, trailer, whatever. How do I get myself out this martyr complex where I feel like I am responsible for everybody?
Well, the first thing you have to tell yourself is you are not responsible for your adult children.
Okay.
That's the first thing. Typically, when we feel responsible for our adult children, we are feeling guilty about something that we did or did not do when they were kids, and we feel like we have to make it up to them.
Okay, that sounds right.
So you got to forgive yourself for that. And if you need to, like I did, not, I know how we do. Like, we don't necessarily like to go and be asking the kids for any kind of, forgive me for nothing, right? But anyway, yeah. I get it. However, for their sake and for yours, if there are things that you feel like you could have done differently, and you feel like hey, listen, like for mine, I'm like, listen, I drug y'all out down to my job, my office. Like y'all would get out of school, you'd go to the babysitter, I'd pick you up, we'd go home, grab food, go down to downtown Chicago, and them babies have been and fell asleep on the darn floor in my office because I'm still working. And I felt bad for that by the time I got, I felt good because they were with me, but I felt bad because I'm like, there's just a few things here and there that I felt like were big things. Now I understand. And they were just like, well, no, you taught us, like, where do you think we got our work ethic from? Like, you held it down, 10 toes down.
Right.
And it was good for me to hear that they looked at it differently, but had I not even expressed it, I would not have even been able to clear that off my conscience. So there might be some things you might need to go to them and talk to them about. And be okay with hearing their response.
Okay.
It may free
Okay.
them, but it's definitely going to free you. And then at that point, once you kind of gotten yourself to that, wherever where you're like, okay, I've cleared it. I'm feeling much better. I feel like I could express myself, because there is nothing wrong with telling your adult daughters, look, boo, you laid down and made these,
Mm-hmm.
Now I love
Mm-hmm.
them, but they grand babies. They're not our babies. And I'm guilty of the same thing, because I'll tell my son in a hot second, screw up here and I'm coming to get my kids. And that's not your kids, Ma. No, they my kids. When I decide they my kids. Now, you can think what you want to, but don't mess with mine. So, but anyway, now y'all know that's how it is. So,
That's the truth.
there's the truth. But at some point, then what we have to say is, listen, either you're going to take responsibility for these kids, or you could keep it stepping and I got the kids. But either way it go, something's got to give here. It's time for you to grow up and be a woman and have your own house and have your own family and not be going here, there, and everywhere. Because what's going to happen, these kids are going to grow up and look at you like, Ma, why didn't you keep us in a stable environment? Ma, why did you have these men here, there, and everywhere? You see what I'm saying? Like, they have to understand what they're doing to their children.
Okay.
And you have to be free enough to say it to them, because you're not doing them any good by not saying it to them.
This is causing a codependent,
Yes.
toxic family
Yes.
relationship, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
You got it.
I appreciate it, Miss Lisa. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm holding space for you, honey. We got it. We got this. We got this.
I know it's all my soul tribe family, and I appreciate everything y'all do. I appreciate the comments, the love, the support when I'm feeling I need to click on and get out my books and get on TV and pay attention to what y'all got going on. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to y'all later.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Wow. I love doing this call-in stuff. I really do enjoy this. I really do enjoy it. Child. I did the same thing. I see some other mothers are saying here that we do the same things like we do. I don't care what your sign is. I don't care nothing. Mamas, we feel so guilty about what we do because we think, and that's the love and the respect that we give to our children. But we're creating bad behaviors. And then we are encouraging bad behaviors when we do that kind of stuff. We are enabling them. And we gotta be careful. You're awesome, Shantae. You doing the thing. You said book, so I'm assuming you're in school. So I assume that you're in school. You go ahead, honey. You do you. Because, baby, you need to be free like me. All 3 of my kids going out this house. Whew. And they trying to let Naomi back in. Now, if they need it, that's okay. But I'm not even trying to let no man come in here and live with me on a permanent basis. That's a whole nother situation. I mean, these cats, sometimes they just don't understand how lucky they are to be here. I'm just saying, I ain't saying, but I'm just saying, maybe everybody else don't feel like that, but baby, an empty nest is the best nest. I hope my kids ain't watching this. I'm gonna be in trouble, y'all. They either hurt or their growth or made them grow. Yes, exactly. And a lot of times the things that we feel like artist way book for writing, that's lovely. A lot of times we feel like it hurt them and sometimes it didn't. I'm just saying the cats is lucky. But other times, I'm going to tell you something. There were a lot of instances where there were things that I did or ways that I lived. And I came to them and apologized. Like, I spent like literally at one stretch 3 months in Europe doing some work. My kids were here in the States. And then I spent another month, a separate time. And they were very concerned that I wasn't going to come back. Like, even as teenagers, they were just like, are you coming back? I'm like, yes, of course I'm coming back. But, you know, like there was that abandonment. And so I was really concerned once I knew better, and I sat them down and talked to them as young adults. I think Alicia, my youngest, might have been maybe 17 or something. And I still every once in a while talk to them about this. But because their fathers were not in their lives, for their mother to be gone for 3 months, and then there was a lot going on. Anyway, it was tough. And I believe, come on, Gemini. I believe that, there was some abandonment problems, and there was just some anxiety issues and things that happened. And I apologized for all that. And they were just like, what are you talking about? Like, they said to me, what are you talking about? But I was like, nah, I know that there's some things that are going on with you now that are the result. And I'm so sorry. And I want to talk to you about it. And, for you to heal from it. And I think that they've each healed from it in a different way. But a lot of that was facilitated and precipitated by my actually apologizing as their parent and encouraging them to talk to me about how they felt and what that caused in them. It is very difficult to be separated from your child. Keza, come get these kitties, Dan. Okay, I'm going to send them out to you. I need to brush them. But anyway, so I'm just saying, guys, that's like a whole thing. I know, Virgo. Now they're both looking at my hands. I'm scratching them both. I think they were kind of mad at my nail tech because my nail tech didn't make my nails quite as sharp as the last time. Anyway, whole nother story. You guys could still call in if anyone else wants to call in. Let's do that now. Otherwise, we're going to kind of wrap this up. I've been on for a little while. I don't want to make these like super hard, super long. 608-665-1785. Oh, good Lord. 608-665-1785. Do you guys want me to go over some of these mantras, these affirmations that you can say? And I'll type these out too and put them as a comment. I am mentally and physically able to relax. Joy is an emotion I choose to feel often. I allow sensuality in my life. I am passionate about my life and things that bring me joy and pleasure. Okay, sweetie, have a wonderful, sleep well. I am able to express and share my happiness with others. I am emotionally self-sufficient now. I allow progress emotionally in the right direction. My life is filled with excitement and pleasures. These are beautiful. Clear healing energies flows through my cells and organs. I am saturated with powerful golden orange light, healing my sacral chakra. I deserve lots of powerful experiences. And I am now able to release any old hurt feelings. I'm going to put those down in the description box as well. Okay? Or in the, well, do you want them in the comments or the descriptions? I think I'll put them in the comments. I'll put it all in one long pinned. I love you, Virgo. Okay, yep, I'll post those too. Okay. Okay, guys, let me know. Do we want any? Oh, here. Come on. Okay, guys, I'm guessing nobody else is going to call in. As you can see, my kittens are telling me it's time to get off of here. I straight up look like the cat lady right now, and I swear to you, I am not the cat lady. I only have two, okay? I only have two. All right, guys, I'm going to, hang on. Gemini. Oh, cheese and rice. Okay. I'm going to close the phone lines, okay? We'll get there, guys. We'll do more than one. In conference. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Yes, they are beautiful. They're wonderful kittens. I talk mad smack, but anyway, any Husenheimer. All right, so let's wrap this up, guys. Please don't forget. One more time, I've got that 30 for 30 going on. You can schedule a 30-minute session with me. They're wonderful. They're just wonderful. I'm actually glad I got two kittens at the same time so they could play with each other. Your cat's been crazy the last 2 days. This energy's been crazy. It's been making my kitties go nuts too. So there's just been a lot going on, guys. There's been a lot happening energetically. So I think that's why our animals are going crazy. So yeah, guys, thanks so much for being here. We're going to do our typical Sunday show tomorrow night. So because of the Super Bowl, we're going to do the Sunday show tomorrow night, okay? And I don't know what we're going to talk about. I got no clue. Yeah, that's right, CJ. I got no idea what we're going to talk about tomorrow night. So it is what it is. I got no idea. We will also be, we'll do daily tarot in the morning. And that kind of stuff. And I'm actually going to record a video we'll drop, I don't know, either tonight or tomorrow. People have been asking me what I think about, or have I pulled cards on, or am I getting anything on the coronavirus outbreak? So I'm going to do a video on that. We'll probably do that tonight. Okay. Thanks again, guys. Please consider, if you haven't already subscribed, I think everybody here are my subscribers, but if you haven't, please do so. And please feel free to share this video with whomever. Share it on your YouTube channel, share it on your Facebook page, share it wherever. And let's get this out, and let's help more people, okay? That's the whole goal. That's why I'm here. Let's help more people. Thanks, guys. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys a whole bunch. Namaste. Bye-bye.